Most people think silence is, well, just silence, the absence of communication. But from a behavioral psychology perspective, silence can absolutely be a weapon. It's not just a lack of words, it's a calculated strike aimed right at your nervous system. So today, we're going to deconstruct the engineering behind that silence so that you can build your shield. So here's our game plan. First, we'll define this weapon that's disguised as nothing. Then we'll get into why it hits our primal panic button so hard. After that, we'll look at the anxious loop it creates inside our heads, see how it operates in the workplace, a big one, and finally, I'll walk you through a clear strategy for disengagement. All right, let's start by defining this tactic. It's so crucial to understand this up front. We are not talking about someone who just needs a little space. No, we're analyzing a deliberate, manipulative behavior, a covert form of aggression. The person using the silent treatment isn't being passive. Not at all. It's an active strategy, and it's designed to control, to punish, and to manipulate. They are leveraging the absence of communication to force a specific reaction from you. It's a psychological power play, and the wild part is it's disguised as nothing at all. So, why is this tactic so incredibly painful? I mean, why does it hurt so much? The answer is buried deep within our evolutionary wiring, and it triggers a primal survival response. The clinical term for this is social ostracism. And get this, neuroscience research shows that the very same areas of the brain that light up when we feel physical pain also activate when we're socially excluded. Your brain, it turns out, doesn't really distinguish between a broken arm and being deliberately ignored. And this makes perfect sense from an evolutionary point of view. For our tribal ancestors, being ignored or cast out by the group was a death sentence, plain and simple. No access to food, shelter, or protection. So our brains evolved to treat social exclusion as an urgent, life-threatening alarm. Today, that exact same ancient alarm gets triggered not by a threat to our physical survival, but to our psychological well-being. And this brings us to the core mechanism of the weapon. You see, the true power of the silent treatment isn't the silence itself, but the absolutely deafening noise it creates inside your own head. Just think about it for a second. The moment that silence begins, your brain immediately flips into this frantic problem-solving mode, desperately trying to figure out what just went wrong. What did I do wrong? This is almost always the first question, right? Your brain kicks into overdrive, starting this frantic search for a cause, replaying every single recent interaction, running 1,000 simulations. And in this process, you almost always begin by blaming yourself. You're trying to solve a puzzle without any of the pieces. And right after that, this question immediately follows: how do I fix this? This creates what we call a desperation spike. You become desperate to appease them, to apologize, to do anything just to make the silence stop. And here's the crazy part. You are effectively doing the manipulator's work for them, hacking your own peace of mind. That internal noise, that frantic monologue, that is the weapon's true power. Now, this dynamic is definitely not limited to our personal relationships. It is an incredibly common and incredibly corrosive tactic in professional environments where the stakes can feel just as high. In a healthy workplace, communication is direct, it's transparent. But in a toxic one, weaponized silence shows up in these subtle but really destructive ways. It's the manager who consistently ignores your emails. It's the colleague who avoids eye contact in meetings. Or it's the deliberate withholding of key information you need to do your job. These are not accidents. These are tactics of professional ostracism.
So what do you do when you're facing a boss's cold shoulder? The crucial thing here is to maintain your professionalism. Do not chase or plead for a response. That just feeds the dynamic they want. Instead, you communicate formally via email. This creates a paper trail. Then shift your focus to delivering excellent, undeniable work. And maybe most importantly, observe their behavior, but do not absorb it. Their mood is not your responsibility.
Okay, so this brings us to our final and most important section: how to neutralize this weapon, whether it's at home or in the office. The only way to win this game is to stop playing. Breaking the system is a four-step process. First, recognize the tactic as manipulation. This has nothing about your value as a person. Second, resist that powerful urge to fix it. Don't chase, don't double text. Third, and this is key, respond with calm neutrality. Give them the one thing they absolutely do not expect: peace. By continuing your day as if their silence has no effect, you completely flip the script. And finally, reclaim your focus. Redirect that energy back into your own well-being.
You see, by refusing to participate in the drama, you render their weapon useless. And suddenly, they are the ones left wondering why their tactic failed. You have successfully taken back the remote control to your own emotional state.
Knowing how the game is played is the first step. The real question is, what will you do with this shield? In our next explainer, we're going to dive into the mirroring trap and look at how manipulators use your own personality to disarm you. I'll see you there.
Subscribe.